Some medical tests you believe could save your life after 70 may actually push you closer to the ER, surgery, stroke, or even cancer. That's not an exaggeration. It's a reality for millions of older adults every year. If you're over 70, you've probably been told that more testing is better. You might have heard, let's just be safe and run a few extra scans, or it's just a routine checkup. But here's the hidden truth. Some of these tests, especially when done without clear symptoms, can trigger a chain of events that harm your health far more than help it. We're talking about scans, scopes, and stress tests that, according to research, may lead to complications, surgeries, or life-altering side effects. And the scary part? You might not even need them. The reality in numbers. Here's what the science says. A recent review found that 37% of medical tests in seniors lead to unnecessary treatments, complications, or lifelong side effects. And yet, 99% of people over 70 have no idea they're being over-tested. These aren't small numbers. Imagine a room of 100 seniors. More than a third will experience harm from a test they didn't truly need, and almost all of them will never realize it was avoidable. A story that could be yours. Let me tell you about Ellen. She's 72, active, and healthy. No major symptoms, just the usual stiffness in the mornings. At her annual physical, her doctor suggested a few routine tests. A full-body CT scan, a cardiac stress test, and a bone density scan. Better safe than sorry, she thought. The results showed a possible abnormality in her heart scan. This led to more tests, including an invasive procedure with contrast dye. The dye triggered a kidney reaction, which required hospitalization. In just 3 weeks, Ellen went from walking her dog every morning to lying in a hospital bed, tired, anxious, unable to sleep, and burdened by a growing list of medications. She didn't have a heart attack. She didn't even have heart attack symptoms. But she was now on a path of medical dependency, her independence slipping away faster than she could comprehend. Why modern medicine sometimes gets it wrong. Don't misunderstand. Modern medicine is life-saving in emergencies. If you're having clear signs of heart attack or stroke, get immediate care. But the system isn't designed to prevent overtesting. It's designed to find something to treat. Most conventional care focuses on symptom management, lowering numbers, shrinking spots, removing growths, rather than restoring the body's cellular and circulatory health. It's like pouring chemicals into a garden instead of watering it, improving the soil, and letting nature do its work. The truth is, your body is not broken. It's designed to heal when you nourish it, move it, and keep its natural rhythms in balance. What you'll discover today. This video will reveal 5 medical checkups to think twice about after age 70 and what to do instead. You'll learn why some common routine tests are risky for seniors, how to prevent heart attack and other major illnesses by strengthening your blood, cells, and immune system naturally, how to use breathing, nutrition, hydration, and gentle movement to keep your body in balance without over-relying on hospital tests. And here's a hint. One of these so-called safe tests is now linked to as many cancer cases as drinking alcohol every day. And yet it's still recommended to millions of seniors. Stay with me, because what you discover in the next few minutes could save you years of unnecessary pain, medication, and medical bills, and may even save your life. 1. Bone density scan, DEXA. A number on a screen can't tell you the full story of your bone health. Rose was 76, a retired piano teacher whose life revolved around music. Her fingers danced gracefully over the keys, filling her home with melodies that her students adored. During a routine visit, her doctor recommended a DEXA scan, a bone density test to check for osteoporosis. The scan showed mild bone loss, something common in her age group. Without hesitation, she was prescribed bisphosphonates, a medication meant to strengthen bones. Within 3 months, Rose began experiencing severe heartburn, difficulty swallowing, and sharp jaw pain. The The discomfort became so intense she could no longer teach or play. By the time she sought a second opinion, she had developed jaw necrosis, a rare but devastating side effect. Her music room fell silent. For Rose, the absence of her piano's notes was louder than any medical diagnosis. She wasn't at risk for fractures before, but treatment for a number on a screen had taken away her independence, her joy, and her passion. While bone density scans can be valuable for high-risk patients, they often lead to overdiagnosis in people over 70. Bone loss is a natural part of aging, much like wrinkles or gray hair. A study in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society, 2022, found that prescribing bisphosphonates for mild bone loss in older adults reduced fracture rates by only 0.3% over 5 years. The risks, however, are significant. Jaw necrosis, esophageal irritation and ulcers, unusual fractures from brittle bone structure. For seniors without a history of fractures or falls, the harm of unnecessary medication can far outweigh any potential benefit. Fracture risk in seniors is more closely linked to muscle weakness and balance loss than to bone density numbers alone. With age, blood circulation slows, reducing oxygen and nutrient delivery to bone cells. Acidic blood chemistry, poor diet, and lack of weight-bearing activity weaken both muscles and bones. The real danger isn't thinner bones on a scan, it's reduced stability and coordination, which increase the likelihood of falls. Supporting heart health for seniors through improved circulation also supports stronger bones. If you're over 70, here's how to protect your bone health naturally. Nutrition. First, follow the best diet for heart disease, which also benefits bones. Sardines, salmon, leafy greens, sesame seeds. Example: start the day with sardines on whole grain toast topped with fresh spinach. Vitamin D for absorption. Get 15 to 30 minutes of morning sun exposure, or take a vitamin for heart health supplement with D3. Gentle resistance training. Use resistance bands or light weights 2-3 times per week to strengthen both muscles and bones. Balance exercises. Simple routines like standing on one leg while brushing your teeth or practicing Tai Chi can lower fall risk. Alkaline hydration. Drink lemon-infused water to help maintain optimal pH for bone cell function. Instead of chasing a perfect score on a DEXA scan, focus on a lifestyle that keeps your body strong, coordinated, and resilient so you can keep doing what you love. 2. Brain MRI for mild memory loss. Those white spots on your MRI aren't always Alzheimer's. George was 74, a retired engineer who loved solving puzzles and attending weekly chess club. His mind was sharp, but lately he noticed he misplaced his keys more often and sometimes forgot names. Worried, he visited his doctor, who ordered a brain MRI just to be sure. A week later, the scan came back showing white matter changes. The doctor mentioned it could be related to aging, but also might be early signs of dementia. George's life began to shrink. He stopped driving, quit chess club, and avoided church gatherings. Fear replaced his curiosity. He spent hours reading about Alzheimer's online, convincing himself the disease was inevitable. When he finally saw a neurologist for a second opinion, he learned the truth. These white spots were common for his age and had nothing to do with dementia. But the emotional toll had already cost him months of joy, friendships, and confidence. For George, the real damage wasn't in his brain. It was in the fear planted by a scan he never truly needed. While MRIs can be life-saving in cases of stroke, seizures, or sudden cognitive decline, they often create false alarms when used for mild forgetfulness in seniors. A review in Neurology Today examined over 3,000 MRI scans in patients aged 70-85 with mild memory complaints. 97% of findings were harmless, age-related changes, yet many patients were set for spinal taps, biopsies, or unnecessary treatments. Beyond physical risk, the psychological impact is profound. Anxiety, depression, and withdrawal from social life. It's like mistaking freckles for disease. Once labeled, the mind can spiral into fear even when there's no real threat. For seniors without severe symptoms, an MRI can trigger a harmful cascade of overtesting and emotional distress, with no proven improvement in long-term brain health. Mild memory lapses in older adults are often linked to brain cell underperformance, not irreversible damage. Reduced oxygen flow from sluggish circulation, buildup of toxins in the blood, and a slightly acidic pH environment can all slow nerve communication. Poor sleep, chronic stress, and nutrient deficiencies, especially B vitamins, also weaken brain performance. Addressing these root causes can sharpen memory without invasive scans. Strengthening circulation supports both brain and heart function, aligning with diet for congestive heart failure principles to nourish cells with optimal oxygen and nutrients. Instead of rushing to a brain MRI for mild forgetfulness, consider breathing for oxygenation. Practice the 4-7-8 method. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Repeat 3 to 5 times twice daily to boost brain oxygen flow. Daily movement. Morning walks improve circulation, balance, and mental clarity. Antioxidant nutrition. Include berries, turmeric, and green tea in your daily meals to reduce inflammation and protect brain cells. Targeted supplements. Add B12 and omega-3 fatty acids, vitamins for heart health, to support nerve function and brain structure. Cognitive stimulation. Play memory games, learn a new skill, or join group activities to keep neural pathways active. By focusing on these natural, science-backed steps, you can improve memory, mood, and confidence without the anxiety spiral that an unnecessary MRI can create. Number 3. Cardiac stress test. A treadmill run could land you in the operating room. Raymond was 75, a retired postman who prided himself on staying active. Every morning, he walked his neighborhood loop, greeting friends and stopping for coffee. The only thing he noticed lately was feeling a bit winded when walking uphill. At his annual checkup, his doctor suggested a cardiac stress test just to be safe. Raymond agreed. The test results were inconclusive, leading to a follow-up angiogram, a procedure that injects contrast dye into the arteries to check for blockages. Within hours of the angiogram, Raymond developed severe nausea, dizziness, and shortness of breath. By nightfall, he was admitted to the hospital with kidney complications caused by the contrast dye. The hospital smell, the beeping monitors, and the cold fluorescent lights were far from the life he loved. His mild fatigue hadn't been a heart issue at all. It was simply dehydration and skipped meals. Yet one test had triggered a chain reaction that pulled him into a medical maze he never needed. Cardiac stress tests are designed to detect blocked arteries by monitoring the heart under exertion, either on a treadmill or via medication. But in adults over 70 without clear heart attack warning signs, the false positive rate can reach 40%. A 2017 study in JAMA Cardiology found that more than half of stents placed after stress test referrals were in patients with no meaningful symptoms and gained no improvement in survival or quality of life. The risks from unnecessary procedures are serious. Bleeding and infection from catheterization, kidney injury from contrast dyes, extended hospital stays and recovery times. For asymptomatic seniors, a stress test can be the first step in an unnecessary and risky medical journey. Many cases of mild fatigue or shortness of breath in seniors aren't due to dangerous artery blockages. Instead, they stem from thickened blood that limits oxygen delivery, reduced activity of enzymes responsible for oxygen transport, and chronic stress that elevates blood pressure and heart rate. When circulation slows, the heart must work harder, leading to sensations of tiredness during exertion. Supporting heart health naturally through improved hydration, balanced electrolytes, and stress reduction often restores energy without invasive testing. Before agreeing to a cardiac stress test, consider safer, lower-risk options. Resting blood pressure checks. Monitor at home over several days to identify consistent patterns. Calcium score scan. A quick, low-radiation CT that measures arterial plaque without the need for contrast dye. Reduce sodium intake. Limit processed foods and use herbs or lemon juice for flavor instead of salt. Stay hydrated. Drink water throughout the day to prevent thickened blood and improve circulation. Practice Qigong or Tai Chi. Gentle movement routines enhance oxygen delivery, lower stress, and improve balance. These approaches not only protect you from unnecessary hospital visits, but also strengthen your heart naturally. Paired with the best supplements for heart health like magnesium and CoQ10, you can maintain steady energy and resilience well into your later years. 4. Colonoscopy. A long scope could shorten your lifespan. Dana was 73, a lively grandmother who co-owned a small bakery with her daughter. She had no digestive problems, no pain, no bleeding, no changes in her bowel habits. Her last colonoscopy, done 10 years earlier, had been perfectly clear. At a new patient visit, her young doctor recommended another screening colonoscopy just to be proactive. Dana hesitated, but trusted his advice. The procedure seemed to go smoothly, until that evening when she felt intense abdominal pain and dizziness. She collapsed at home and was rushed to the hospital. The diagnosis? Bowel perforation, a tear in the colon wall caused during the procedure. She spent 9 days recovering in the hospital, lost 10 pounds, and couldn't return to the bakery for weeks. The physical pain was one thing, but the fear of eating, of moving wrong, of going through another procedure lingered much longer. Dana later learned that for healthy adults over 75 with no symptoms, routine colonoscopies offer minimal benefit and carry a significant risk. Colonoscopy is an important tool for detecting colon cancer. But in seniors over 75 with no symptoms, the risk-to-benefit ratio can be as high as 10:1. The preparation involves strong laxatives that can cause dehydration and electrolyte imbalances. The sedation carries its own dangers, including confusion, drops in blood pressure, and in rare cases, stroke. Mechanical risks include bleeding and bowel perforation, which can be life-threatening. A 2019 study in JAMA Internal Medicine found that for every 1,000 colonoscopies in adults over 75, only 2 lives were saved, but more than 20 people suffered serious complications. For many, less invasive options can provide the same peace of mind without the high stakes. Many colon issues in older adults stem from colon toxicity caused by years of low fiber intake, dehydration, and an imbalanced gut microbiome. Without enough fiber, waste moves slowly, allowing harmful bacteria to thrive. Chronic dehydration thickens stool and irritates the colon lining. A poor gut microbiome not only affects digestion, but also impacts immune health, inflammation, and even heart function, linking colon care to diets for heart health. For those over 75 with no symptoms, consider safer ways to maintain colon health. High fiber diet. Aim for 25 to 30 grams fiber daily from vegetables, fruits, legumes, and whole grains. Natural probiotics. Add kimchi, sauerkraut, or yogurt to support healthy gut bacteria. Proper hydration. Drink water consistently throughout the day to soften stool and promote regularity. Intermittent fasting. Allowing 12 to 16 hours between dinner and breakfast gives the colon time to rest and repair. Home-based screening. For peace of mind, use non-invasive tests like the FIT stool test, which can detect hidden blood without the risks of a scope. These steps not only protect your digestive system, but also reduce your risk of symptoms of silent heart attack by lowering systemic inflammation and improving nutrient absorption. 5. Annual full-body CT scan. Scanning the whole body is like hunting for treasure with a landmine detector. Marcus was 80, a retired martial arts instructor who still led gentle Tai Chi classes for other seniors. At his annual wellness check at a private clinic, he was offered a full-body CT scan as part of an elite health package. The clinic promised early detection of hidden disease. Marcus felt great, no pain, no troubling symptoms, but thought, why not? Better safe than sorry. The scan revealed a tiny 3 mm lung nodule. The report called it likely benign, but recommended further testing to be certain. That certainty led Marcus to a PET scan, then a needle biopsy. The biopsy confirmed the nodule was harmless, but punctured his lung in the process, causing it to partially collapse. He spent 5 days in the hospital, followed by weeks of breathlessness and reduced activity. For Marcus, the real harm wasn't from disease, it was from chasing one that wasn't there. Full-body CT scans deliver 10 to 20 millisieverts of ionizing radiation, the equivalent of about 500 chest X-rays in a single session. A 2023 modeling study in JAMA Internal Medicine estimated that up to 5% of all new cancer cases may be linked to increased CT scan usage. The danger is twofold. Radiation exposure can damage DNA and increase cancer risk over time. Incidental findings like harmless nodules or cysts trigger invasive procedures with their own risks, as Marcus experienced. Without clear symptoms, the likelihood of discovering something dangerous enough to justify the risks is extremely low. Yet the cascade of follow-up tests can cause more harm than the original concern. Full-body CT scans are often used as a just-in-case safety net, but when there are no symptoms, this approach disrupts the body's natural healing rhythm. Unnecessary detection of harmless abnormalities creates stress, triggers invasive interventions, and exposes the body to cumulative radiation. Supporting overall health through restorative sleep, balanced pH, and movement helps the body resist disease naturally, making the need for random, high-radiation scans far less likely. This approach also aligns with what can cause a heart attack prevention strategies by keeping inflammation and oxidative stress low. If you feel well and have no concerning symptoms, skip the full-body scan and focus on symptom-based testing. Only investigate when there are clear signs: unexplained weight loss, persistent cough, blood in stool, or chest pain. Restorative sleep. Aim for 7-8 hours of deep sleep to allow cellular repair and immune regulation. Alkaline diet. Center meals on leafy greens, fresh fruits, and nuts to reduce acidity and inflammation. Cellular exercise. Engage in gentle but consistent activities like walking, yoga, or Tai Chi to boost circulation and oxygen delivery. Annual comprehensive blood work. Provides a broad health snapshot without radiation exposure. By prioritizing natural prevention and targeted testing, you protect your body from unnecessary harm, while supporting long-term wellness and learning how to prevent heart disease through daily lifestyle choices. When it comes to protecting your health after 70, prevention isn't just about avoiding bad things. It's about building the right daily habits so your body can thrive. Think of it as caring for a garden. Clear the weeds, nourish the soil, and let nature do the rest. Our philosophy rests on 3 powerful pillars that work together to prevent heart attack symptoms and reduce stroke signs before they ever appear. 1. Clean blood environment. Your blood is the river of life, carrying oxygen and nutrients to every cell. When it's clogged with excess sugar, fat, and toxins, the whole system slows. Simple steps: eat an alkalizing diet rich in leafy greens, cucumber, broccoli, and lemon water. Limit processed foods, refined sugars, and trans fats. Add herbs like parsley, cilantro, and basil to help naturally detoxify. Cleaner blood means smoother circulation, reducing strain on your heart and lowering stroke risk. 2. Healthy cells. Healthy cells create healthy organs, and that starts with proper nourishment and oxygenation. Simple steps: eat fresh produce daily to get live enzymes that aid digestion and cell repair. Stay hydrated. 6 to 8 glasses of water spread throughout the day. Practice deep breathing. Inhale through the nose, hold briefly, exhale slowly to deliver more oxygen to tissues. When your cells function well, your heart pumps efficiently, your brain stays sharp, and your muscles recover faster. 3. Calm mind. Stress floods the body with cortisol, raising blood pressure, thickening the blood, and straining the heart. Simple steps: meditate 10 minutes morning and night. Protect sleep. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality rest. Replace evening screen time with a calming routine, light stretching, reading, or gentle music. A calm mind allows your nervous system to guide the body toward repair rather than constant fight-or-flight mode. Martha, 71, came to us with high blood pressure and fatigue. She feared she was headed toward heart surgery. Instead, she adopted these 3 pillars: swapped her processed snacks for fresh salads, began walking every morning, practiced deep breathing, and committed to nightly meditation. 6 months later, her blood pressure normalized, her energy returned, and she felt confident enough to join a hiking group. No surgeries, no hospital stays, just consistent, gentle changes. Morning, lemon water, 5 minutes deep breathing, 20-minute walk. Noon, fresh salad or steamed vegetables, 5-minute posture break, hydration check. Night, light dinner, 10 minutes meditation, stretch before bed. Building health is about daily deposits into your wellness account. Each choice, what you eat, how you move, how you breathe, compounds over time, creating a strong defense against heart disease and stroke. That's how you prevent heart attack without living in fear of the next test result. We've just explored 5 medical checkups that, while often recommended, may do more harm than good after age 70, especially when you have no clear symptoms. Let's recap the 5 to think twice about. Bone density scan. Numbers on a screen can lead to unnecessary medication and harmful side effects. Brain MRI for mild memory loss. Most findings are harmless age changes, but the fear they cause can shrink your life. Cardiac stress test. High false positive rates can push you into risky, unneeded procedures. Colonoscopy. Risks often outweigh benefits. Safer, non-invasive alternatives exist. Annual full-body CT scan. High radiation, high anxiety, and high potential for unnecessary interventions. The lesson isn't to avoid doctors, it's to be intentional. Before agreeing to any test, ask yourself, if this finds something, what's the next step? Is there a safer, natural way to address the concern first? Am I doing this because I have symptoms or just to be safe? You have more control over your health than you may realize. By focusing on daily habits, clean blood, healthy cells, calm mind, you can reduce heart attack symptoms, lower stroke risk, and improve quality of life without over-relying on invasive screening. Modern medicine can be a safety net in emergencies, but your lifestyle is the foundation that keeps you from needing that net in the first place. I want to hear from you. Have you or someone you know experienced complications from an unnecessary test? What changes have you made that improved your health naturally? Share your story in the comments. We read and respond to each one with personalized tips. And if you want to take the next step, download our free guide, 7 Golden Habits to Prevent Heart Attacks and Strokes. Inside, you'll learn practical strategies for nutrition, movement, and stress management tailored for seniors. Your time, energy, and health are precious. Spend them on what truly makes you stronger. Be informed, be intentional, and remember, sometimes the best test result is the one you never needed in the first place. That's how you live not just longer, but better.